Good luck. I know. Please go have some.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Falls Church High School. I would like to begin this evening with the Pledge of Allegiance. So at this time, could you please stand? The flag is here to my right and your left. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. It is really great to see so many of you here tonight, and I would have to add that you look fabulous. I love the traditional dress, and also the food was wonderful as well. So thank you so much. My name's Mike Yo, principal at Falls Church High School, and it really is an honor for me to be here to celebrate with you all the first Vietnamese language program in Fairfax County Public Schools, and I believe the first in the state of Virginia. Let's get this program started. This has been a long yet worthwhile journey. And I remember attending a meeting at Gatehouse approximately 4 years ago with Mr. Moon, Miss Evans was there, Kathy Marcos, our department chair, and that was my introduction. And I want to thank all of those for bringing this program here to Falls Church High School. And tonight, we celebrate the hard work of all of these individuals to make this program a reality. I believe this program is a great match for our school, and it meets the needs of our diverse community. We plan on taking great care of this program for you, and we hope that it will continue to expand in the future. At this time, I would like to introduce many of our distinguished guests here this evening. So I'll begin with Sandy Evans, Vice Chairman of the School Board representing the Mesa District. She was instrumental in bringing this program here. Patty Reed, School Board Member representing the Providence District. Bill Young-Moon, who I mentioned earlier, at-large School Board Member. Ryan McElveen, at-large School Board Member. Dr. Fabio Zulaga, Region 2 Assistant Superintendent. Jay Pearson, Region 2 Executive Principal. Dr. Kim Wan Nguyen Lam, Program Director of Title III, Office of English Language Acquisition, U.S. Department of Education. Jorge Gonzalez, Assistant Principal, Falls Church High School, standing in the back. Kathy Marcos, World Languages Department Chair, Falls Church High School. Yen Weiner, Vietnamese teacher, Falls Church High School. Quick stand up, in the back. Kristen Haynes, Falls Church High School PTSA President. And we may have other guests that will be arriving later, and I will introduce them at that time. So we have a lot to celebrate tonight. So this time I'd like to turn the program over to Jeannie Nguyen, who will be our Master of Ceremonies this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to say something that I just learned from Mr. Gonzalez. Where is Mr. Gonzalez? Cảm ơn. Cảm ơn. So he taught me that when I first met him, and he wrote that down too. Cảm ơn. That's all I would like to say today in our first language class of Vietnamese. And that's sincerely from me and from our community. We would like to say cảm ơn to you, Mr. Yu, for hosting this. And cảm ơn to you, Sandy. Thank you for all your hard work for the last 4 years. Thank you. Cảm ơn Patty Reed. cảm ơn Mr. Moon, cảm ơn Ryan. He's so young. I don't know what he will be when he turns about our age. So. And cảm ơn all of the leadership of Fairfax County of the World Languages Department of Fairfax County. I have invited Christina O, and Dr. Jones and others, but maybe they're coming late. Oh, there you are. Cảm ơn Christina O. Thank you. Oh, I'm happy. Our chairman Buổi is here. I'm so happy. She's the one that I would say cảm ơn all the times, all over. Thank you. Because she always pushing forward for diversity and not only language. She had brought all different kind of languages into many different programs that I participated in, and that's a great help to all of us. So this first Vietnamese language in the Fairfax County school system is tremendous. We thank you, Chairman Buổi. Cảm ơn. Thank you. So all I would like to say now is I would like to introduce all the Vietnamese leadership community who are here to say cảm ơn to all of you. Our chairman of the community, Mr. Ngữ Đầu. Next to him is Mr. Tạ Cử Hải, who's the chair of the ARV and Cựu Chiến binh. Yeah. Dr. Lưu is the founder of Việt Thức organization and many other cultural organizations. Next to him is Ms. Phùng Thị Hạnh, who is a teacher at Fairfax County for 20-some years. And I would like to introduce Ms. Nhất Anh, Chữ Nhất Anh, chị Chữ Nhất Anh, who's the founder. Chị Nhất Anh, please come up here. Her father founded the Vietnamese school in 1976, and she's now the chair of the Vietnamese Youth Education Association, almost nationwide and internationally. But all the food that you have tasted today came from her. So she's the true Vietnamese lady. Beautiful, but good cooking. I know all the grapes today. Thank you. And I saw Professor Big and Dr. Thời, who just came in. They are the founder of the National Vietnamese Congress in America. And Miss Lê Tống Hồng Hoa, who's the chair and of the Virginia charity group with a Virginia affection. But she has done many other things. She organized and networked and pushed us to do things. So she is the one who's also a teacher. And she made each of our kids to learn Vietnamese. And she was very happy to have this program. Thank you, cô Ngọc Hoa. And way behind, I have Miss Kim Oanh and Miss Yến, who are both teachers for a long time. And Mrs. Yến had actually applied to be a teacher for this program. But the other Yến got accepted. So she kept asking me, was that my age? I said, no. Ask Principal Young today. So we have many other volunteers. I saw Kristen Chen. Come up here, Kristen, who's also working with us. She is the founder of the ABIA vote and is very helpful and instrumental in getting our voices heard. So essentially, we like to say thank you to everyone. And I saw Mr. Đoạ down there too. He's very instrumental in our community. There is a Thăng Long Vietnamese language school at Việt Thun, and the director is here, Tung. He's the master of ceremony today. And we have Ms. Kim Nguyen and her teacher, Kelly Thảo Nguyen, who is from the St. Michael Vietnamese Language School. And Kelly is the mistress of ceremony today. So I'm going to soon give the microphone back to her. Dr. Amy Chang, please come here. I think Chairman Boulevard would know you. Amy Chang worked for Fairfax County for a long time. And she worked for our community, serving the seniors, the youth, and serving everyone all the time. But she actually put in time to work with the program. She brought in all the vocabularies, all the normal use, and she spent time working on the list with us. So I know I may be missing someone, but each and every one here put time in the program, and we thank you very much for all your help. So there is Miss Vicky Chu from the Thomas Jefferson Library. And Thomas Jefferson Library has been the library for our Vietnamese Americans here. We thank you, Vicky. We do have another organization, but I don't see her here. Cô Lê Thị Nhị.
Yes, she's right.
Cô Lê Thị Nhị, who is the founder of the Vietnamese Cultural and Artistic Club, but she's also founded Young Vietnam. And so you can see that all of us here came excited, wanting to thank everything that you've done for us. So I'm going to say what I learned from Mr. Gonzalez again. Cảm ơn. Thank you. I'm going to now let my Mr. Master of Ceremony and Mistress of Ceremony come up and take over.
Good evening, dear valued guests. My name is Thomas Tung Kong. I have to say that I admire all the teacher very much, because my dad was teacher, and I was like always thinking that's a great career that you have. I'm a professional. I'm doing IT business, but I try to teach on the weekend. And I've been involved with a Thang Long Vietnamese school. We try to teach Vietnamese for kids in the area for the last 8 years. The school has been going for more than 30 years, but my involvement with the school is for the last 8 years. So for me and for Mrs. Nhật and the people from Mrs. Kim, the people who've been involved with the Vietnamese language program, it is a tremendous honor for us that finally we get Vietnamese language program established at Fairfax County Public School. So thank you very much. And standing next to me right now is Kelly. She actually was one of our students a few years back, so she's helping me today with tonight with like presenting the program. So Kelly, you want to say something about yourself and the program that we have here today?
Currently, I teach at my mom's Vietnamese school, St. Michael's, and I've been teaching there since 9th grade. And if we had this Vietnamese language program in Fairfax County before, I would have to take Spanish, which is really difficult for me. So if I had been able to take Vietnamese, I would have like a huge upper hand.
Yes, and I will be helping Kelly with translating into Vietnamese, for the audience. So kính thưa quý vị, xin đón chào quý vị đến buổi họp mặt hôm nay để kỷ niệm sự ra mắt của chương trình tiếng Việt tại Fairfax County Public School. Và trường Falls Church High School là cái trường trung học đầu tiên đã có cái chương trình tiếng Việt. Và chúng tôi hy vọng rằng từ cái chương trình của trường Falls Church High School chúng ta sẽ phát triển ra đến những cái trường trung học và những cái trường middle school của toàn bộ Fairfax. Đối với cộng đồng người Việt Nam trong vòng 40 năm qua tại Virginia thì đây là một cái thành tựu rất là lớn, rất là đáng kể. Và chúng tôi rất là hãnh diện là đã có sự giúp đỡ của quý hội đoàn, quý vị trưởng thượng, quý cô bác đã không mệt mỏi trong vòng 40 năm qua đã duy trì cái tiếng Việt và văn hóa của chúng ta ở hải ngoại. So đây là một cái sự kiện rất là lớn đối với chúng ta và chúng ta có quyền rất là hãnh diện và tự hào về chuyện đó. Xin cảm ơn. Yes, and we would like to, Kelly, you want to?
May we ask if Chairman Boulevard come up and speak?
Yeah, xin mời bà Chairman Boulevard có vài lời để giới thiệu quý vị.
Thank you so much, and it's an honor to be here with you this evening. And I first would like to say thank you to our Vietnamese American community for being such wonderful, wonderful members of our community. And I would like to congratulate the school system for making the Vietnamese language available. And our school system, it is very important. Something that's really sad sometimes about people or generations, immigrants who have come to the United States, who become members of the community, and then they forget and don't remember their original language. And my original ancestors were from Germany and Ireland, and I can't speak those languages, neither could my parents. And so sadly, when people come to America, we are a melting pot, and people assimilate into our community, but then sadly sometimes people forget their native languages and their native customs, and it's important that those things are remembered and that those things are celebrated. One of the things that we've done working with Jeannie Nguyen is to make sure that when people vote, that we make information available in Vietnamese, and that is one of the languages that we are including in making information regarding voting available to the Vietnamese community, people who speak Vietnamese. And that is very important. And of course, the power of voting is important because you have the opportunity to elect the representatives who you want to represent you at local and state government. So we do have an election coming up on November 3rd. However you vote, it's important that you exercise that right and that responsibility. So congratulations and thank you to our Vietnamese community. You're a great, wonderful community, and it's an honor to be here with you this evening. Thank you.
May we ask if Miss Sandy Evans is here?
Xin mời bà Sandy Evans, thành viên Quỹ Giáo dục của Fairfax County.
Thank you so much. I'm Sandy Evans. I represent Mason District on the Fairfax County School Board. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the celebration of Falls Church High School's latest course edition of the very first Vietnamese language program at a public school in the entire state of Virginia. Thank you, Principal Yo, for hosting us here tonight, and for all your work to make the introduction of this language program a great success. Chairman Bulova, thank you so much for being here tonight as well, and for your support for our school system and for this language program. I appreciate meeting in Weiner, the teacher, who is to be congratulated here tonight for starting this language program in the all-important first year and for getting it off to a great start. I also want to thank and recognize my colleagues on the school board who are here tonight. You've been introduced to them, but I also want to recognize at-large member Il Young Moon, Patty Reed, Providence District member. Patty and I share Fairfax Falls Church High School about 50-50. I think about half of the students who go here are Providence District, about half are Mason District. And at-large member Ryan McElveen. I want to say that all of the members of this school board have been very supportive of strengthening and expanding our world language programs. And this is a great example of how we're doing it. As many of you know, it's been a long road to get to this point. But sometimes the long and winding road is the most satisfying in the end when you finally get to your destination. This is an exciting time for world languages. Adding Vietnamese to our course curriculum this year means we now have 11 world languages in our schools in Fairfax County. This is quite an achievement and shows the international nature of our community, our families, and our students. In Fairfax County, students speak nearly 200 languages at home. including more than 5,000 students who speak Vietnamese in their homes. After English, the top languages in Fairfax County are Spanish, Korean, Vietnamese, and Arabic. But in our area, here in Mason District and in Region 2, it's after Spanish, it's Vietnamese. So it is very appropriate that Falls Church High School is the home for our first Vietnamese language program in a public school. I want to especially thank Jeannie Nguyen. Jeannie, stand up and take a bow, and let's have a round of applause.
I just noticed Supervisor Penny Gross came in.
Oh, yeah.
So it's our honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Supervisor Gross, for joining us here tonight. Supervisor Gross represents Mason District on the Board of Supervisors. Thank you, Jeannie. It was about 4 years ago, more than 4 years ago now, that Jeannie came to visit me at my community office hours at Thomas Jefferson Library, where I held community office hours. Do you remember that, Jeannie? I think you and I both remember that. And she asked me to consider bringing Vietnamese language into the Fairfax County public school system. Well, I was fairly new at that point. I hadn't been on the board that long. So to be honest, I went home to see if we didn't, in fact, already have Vietnamese in our school system. Because I thought, my goodness, we have so many Vietnamese American families here. Is it possible that we don't? But of course, Jeannie was right. We did not. And so we started down this road. We started a process with then Cluster Assistant Superintendent Jim Caker, then Principal Kathy Benner here at Falls Church High School, started exploring the possibility. And as Mr. Yo mentioned, we had a meeting at Gatehouse. This was, I think, nearly 4 years ago now. And we discussed how appropriate it would be for Falls Church High School to be the home for this program. Not only were the Falls Church High School administrators and teachers enthusiastic, so were the parents and members of the PTSA, who saw the possibility for serving their current students, but also for the possibility of drawing and attracting in other students and other families that might be interested in this particular and unique program. At that point, we surveyed the students at Falls Church High School and discovered that, yes, there was indeed enough interest in this language to warrant adding a course here at Falls Church. If only it had been that simple, of just adding a course. But of course it wasn't. The next barrier was that there was no curriculum existing in the state of Virginia for Vietnamese language, because this was going to be the very first in our public schools. I give a huge amount of credit to our Falls Church High School leaders, our cluster and regional superintendents, our language specialists, and our community members. They persevered, they worked hard to create a new curriculum where none existed before, which is one of the reasons that it did take several years to get this done. Of course, our community members and language specialists also wanted to make sure that this was done in the proper way. We needed to make sure that the language texts were in the traditional language, so much beloved and revered by our Vietnamese American families. After the difficult history, we needed to take into account the need for sensitivity to history, to culture, and tradition. Our language specialists, and especially World Language Specialist Christina Oh, with the help of the Vietnamese American community, worked together to make sure we got it right. And that was also very important to continuing on this path. As you can see, there were enough complexities that some might have given up at some point. But neither our administrators, our language specialists, nor our devoted community members did that. They continued on to success. And here we are, celebrating a great new beginning of 2 sections of Vietnamese 1 at Falls Church High School, currently serving nearly 36 students. Next year, we plan to expand it to Vietnamese 2, and then the next year Vietnamese 3, and so on until we have got all 4 years of this language at Falls Church High School. I have no doubt that it will be very successful and gives Falls Church High School a unique new course to showcase. This is a wonderful example of the partnership that our school system can benefit from when we look to our advocates and community members as partners. It was a true collaboration, one that will continue as we expand and strengthen the program. I also wanted to recognize a few other people, some of whom are here tonight and some of whom aren't here tonight in FCPS administration. Sloan Presidio, Assistant Superintendent for Instruction Services, and his staff, especially Noel Flamenco, Coordinator of Secondary School Support, Gregory Jones, Coordinator of World Languages, and of course, World Languages Specialist Christina O. This could not have happened without the strong support and guidance of our Region 2 Assistant Superintendent, Fabio Zubilaga, and our Region 2 Executive Principal, Jay Pearson. Thank you so much for all that you've done to make this possible. Kathy Marcos, the Chair of the World Languages Department here at Falls Church High School. You know, excellent work on everyone's part. And of course, Falls Church High School Principal Mike Yo has been so enthusiastic in developing and implementing this program. I'll work very hard with the Virginia Department of Education to create and add a Vietnamese licensure pathway and Vietnamese course codes for levels 1 through 4. And we are so very fortunate to have found an excellent and stellar teacher for this program. Congratulations to Falls Church High School, my board colleagues, to Jeannie Nguyen and the Voice of Vietnamese Americans, and to all the members of the Vietnamese American community for making this dream come true. This is an important milestone, and it will serve as a model not only in Virginia, but I hope in the country as well. Thank you very much.
We would like to invite Dr. Nguyen Lam Kim Wan, representing our Vietnamese Americans, to the podium.
Good evening. As a former board member from California, I'm delighted to see so many board members here. It means that there's a strong commitment here with this program. Kính chào quý vị, quan khách, các bậc trưởng thượng, các vị lãnh đạo cộng đồng, các thầy, các cô và các em học sinh. Cảm ơn đã cho chúng tôi có mặt hôm nay cùng với quý vị chia sẻ niềm vui. I'm delighted to be here to celebrate in the beginning of the implementation of this wonderful program. I know that there are many people from both the communities and the school districts put many, many hours of planning, working until you have the program in place today. And I know that as a county, Fairfax is known for having many communities that are vibrant, multilingual, multicultural, highly and globally educated. So it's very befitting for the county public school to offer this program and to continue to educate our children to be prepared for the global society. For the Vietnamese parents and communities, we think of the language as a vehicle to share the culture. Dr. Huỳnh Đình Tế, he wrote the textbooks on Vietnamese culture many, many years ago when the first influx of refugees from Vietnam came to our schools. Many teachers said, where did these people come from? What's they like? So he wrote the textbook on the culture, and one of the things that he said the cornerstone of the Vietnamese culture is relationship and respect. And that is very true, and our language reflects that. Our language embeds that. When a Vietnamese young person, a child, or a young man, or a woman, speak in English to his or her peer, she or he use I and you. And if that person speaks to the parents, same thing, I and you, everybody's on the same level. Not so when you speak Vietnamese. When you speak Vietnamese, you have to choose the proper set of pronouns to denote the relationship and the respect. Many young people, therefore, are afraid of speaking Vietnamese. They're afraid of inadvertently being disrespectful to their elders if they are not selecting the right pronoun. And so I think they're delighted to have the opportunity to learn in school. Many of the youngsters in California who've had the chance learn to use Vietnamese language, not only to speak to their parents, but to show their relationship with their friends. I remember one time I visited a high school, a Vietnamese high school class at Eastside Union High School in San Jose, and I overheard a couple of kids talking, arguing, so I went and stood next to them. And the girl said, "Don't you un-em with me, I'm not your girlfriend." Un-em are the pronouns that use, when they're close and they want to start dating. And the guy said, "No, but you're younger, so I can call you Em." Em also means younger sister, so he was being clever. Then I saw another young man writing in his notebook, and he was reading it very intently. So I went over and said, "What are you working on?" And the young man said, "These 2 lines in the poem I'm trying to memorize because I want to say it to a friend." So I said, "Okay, say it to me. See if I can understand you." So he read to me. He said, "Người đi một nửa hồn tôi mất, một nửa hồn kia bỗng giải khờ." It's from a love poem. It says, "When you're gone, half of my soul is gone with you. The other half become foolish, cannot function." So he was, and I said, "Wow, who are you going to say this to?" He said, "Well, I like this girl in another class, but her family is moving away, so I want to say this to her." I said, "Wow, she's going to remember you for the rest of her life." So that's the purpose of learning language at first for young people. It has to have a purpose. They have to be able to use it for their own good, and then gradually they will show interest and be motivated to dig deeper, to learn about the history, the literature, the geography, and why did we come here. As parents, don't expect your young high school children will be going home and start speaking to you in Vietnamese right away. But they'll be paying more attention to your Vietnamese. So you can't be using Vietnamese to say things that you don't want them to understand. You have to watch because they'll be questioning you. They'll be questioning you. Also, learning language is not just to transmit culture. There's a lot of brain research that talks about how brain's development is better when people learn 2nd, 3rd, 4th languages. And they have documented students who came from families that speak more than 1 languages and who themselves speak more than 1 language they score higher on SAT and ACT tests. That's documented. And also now they're looking at learning a new language as a way to stave off Alzheimer's, another, memory loss kind of disease. So learning language helps. Thirdly, in professional world, people are looking for young people, young graduates with additional skills, especially language and culture skills. A friend of mine told me her daughter graduated from UC Berkeley in journalism. She went for a job interview with a friend. Both of them interviewed for the same position with a TV station. Her friend got picked up because her friend could speak and understand Korean, whereas my friend's daughter, she's Vietnamese American, but she couldn't speak. She understands, but didn't have enough fluency to speak. So they selected a person with 2nd language skills. So the girl called her mother and cried and cried. "I should have listened to you. I should have gone to those Saturday Vietnamese classes. Now I lost my dream job." And then last year I met a young man who went for a job fair with USAID. And the job involves a lot of word traveling to different countries. And his name tag was Joseph Tran. So they said, "Tran, you speak another language? Do you have language skills?" He said, "Well, I know, but I don't know if I can understand everything." He didn't get the job. People look for people who have 2nd language skills, not because that language skill will be used, but people who know another language can think differently. You don't assume everybody have the same mindset, the same perspective. You can step in and out of different cultures and can communicate better, can interact with people better. And so learning languages helps. And I'm so glad to hear that within the county you have 11 language programs. That is wonderful, wonderful. The strength of a language program will depend a lot on the enrollment. So our work is not done yet. We need to spread the word. Mình cần phải tiếp tục cổ động cho nhiều em ghi danh cái chương trình này, tại vì nếu không đủ học sinh thì chương trình sẽ không phát triển. If we don't have enough students, we will not be able to expand, and you need to expand to all 4 levels to advanced placement, because that matters to our kids, right? They want to make sure they get the credit. So we need to continue to do the work. This is not done yet. And on top of that, I want to let you know, because I'm with the Department of Education, and every year we spend about $100 million funding foreign language programs at top-tier universities. And Vietnamese language programs are at the very top level university: Cornell, Princeton, Harvard, Berkeley, UCLA. And those are where the Vietnamese language programs are. And they're always looking for advanced language students. So imagine if students from the Fairfax County Public Schools graduated with advanced language proficiency, they'll have extra points to enter those universities, because they're looking for advanced level students for those programs. So lastly, I just want to acknowledge the work of everybody who had contributed to this effort. And as a member from the U.S. Department of Education, if you walk into the building, it says the mission of the department is to prepare all students to be proficient and prepare for the global society. And you are doing that, so congratulations and thank you for the work that you've done.
Thank you, Dr. Wing Lam Kim Wan. Now is a very special time. We would like to invite leaders of our Vietnamese American organizations to present token of our appreciation to the leadership of Fairfax County. To the school board members, the World Languages Department, and Falls Church High School. Please stay on stage for the full program, since we would like to have pictures of all of us with you to mark this special time.
Xin bước sang một tiết mục rất đặc biệt là chính mời quý vị lãnh đạo các hội đoàn, người Mỹ gốc Việt, và chúng ta sẽ trân trọng trao quà cho ân nhân của chương trình Việt ngữ hôm nay. Xin quý vị khi được xướng tên vui lòng lên sân khấu và trao quà cho vị khách của mình, và sau đó xin vui lòng đứng lại sân khấu để chúng ta có thể chụp hình lưu niệm với quan khách sau khi phần trao quà chấm dứt. Trước hết xin mời Chủ tịch Đoàn Hữu Định, Chủ tịch Cộng đồng người Việt lên tặng quà cho bà Chairman Buổi. Tiếp sau đây xin mời diễn sĩ Mộ Trinh, Hội Cao Niên là người Việt lên tặng quà cho Supervisor Cross. Xin mời chú Nguyễn Mộ Trinh. Xin mời tiến sĩ Nguyễn Bích Kim. Tiếp sau xin mời giáo sư Nguyễn Ngọc Bích. And then we would like to invite Sandy Evans to the stage. Thank you. Tiếp sau đây xin mời tiến sĩ Lưu Nguyễn Đạt của Hội nhóm Điện thức.
Can we have Mr. Moon come up to stage?
Tiếp sau đây xin mời cô Diệu Tiên của nhóm Việt Thương xin lên tặng quà cho Mrs. Patty Reed.
Can we have Miss Patty Reed come to the stage?
Dạ, xin mời cô Lê Tống Mộng Hoa đại diện tặng quà cho ông Ted Velkoff.
Can we have Mr. Ted Velkoff come up to the stage? Can we have Mr. Ryan McLevin come up to the stage?
Xin mời chị Chữ Nhật Anh, nhóm VYA tặng quà cho cô Christina.
Can we have Miss Christina O come to the stage?
Xin mời chị Ginny Giao Nguyễn.
Can we have Dr. Fabio Zulaga come to the stage?
Dạ xin mời tiến sĩ Đào Thị Hợi của Nghị hội người Việt toàn quốc.
Can we have Dr. Nguyen come to the stage?
Dạ xin mời cô chị Huyền Lê của trường Việt Ngữ Thăng Long lên tặng quà cho ông.
Can we have Mr. Yo come to the stage?
Dạ xin có cô Ngọc Trần của Hội Bà Mẹ Việt Nam không? Dạ xin mời cô lên tặng quà cho Mr.
Can we have Mr. Gonzalez come to the stage?
Dạ xin mời cô Phùng Thị Hạnh của Việt Thức.
Can we have Dr. Kathy Marcos come up to the stage?
Dạ xin mời cô Nguyễn Phan Trinh của VYA.
Can we have Dr. Karen Barza come up to the stage? Can we have Dr. Amy Trang?
Xin mời cô Trúc Nương Brown có trong hội trường hôm nay không ạ? Xin mời chú Hưng Bùi Cộng đồng Việt Nam, chú Hùng ạ, chú Hùng. Vậy xin mời cô Kimberly Nguyễn của trường Việt Ngữ St. Michael lên tặng quà cho
Mr. J. Pearson.
Dạ xin mời cô Lê Thị Nhị lên tặng quà cho
Miss Ian Weiner.
Và cuối cùng xin mời xin quý vị nán lại trong trên stage để chúng ta có chụp hình lưu niệm. Thank you, everyone. The gift that we have today is it's called a bronze drums. It's a traditional artifact of ancient Vietnamese culture and history. So we're very happy to present you our token of appreciation for the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please go back to your seat. Dạ, xin mời quý vị trở lại. Thưa quý vị, sau đây là một cái nhận xét của một phụ huynh học sinh ở trường Falls Church về cái chương trình tiên tiến.
You get a special space. This is our teacher of the program.
Well, what happened is that parent that's supposed to give the speech today, he couldn't make it last minute, so I asked another parent if he can give a speech in the other classroom.
So be a teacher of the class, the first class. And just think of all the pressure that you put on.
Hello, tôi là phụ huynh của của người con của chúng tôi đang học ở đây. Xin kính thưa các chú, các bác và anh chị em. Nguyện vọng của tôi á là nói chung là ở đây á là con cái mình á, mình muốn để mà học, để mà giữ được cái tiếng Việt của mình để sau này để mà giúp đỡ cộng đồng. Nhiều khi mọi người cho con học nhưng mà không nói được tiếng Việt, thành ra không có thể nào mà đổi qua tiếng Anh được. Nên tôi hy vọng sau này á, tất cả mọi người á khuyến khích con của mình nên học tiếng Việt nhiều hơn để mà biết cội nguồn của mình. Sau này có dịp để mà giúp đỡ cho đất nước của chúng mình. Và xin hết.
Mr. Long Nguyen, he's a parent of a Falls Church student here, and he appreciates the program that helped him to, in his mind, he would like to be able to converse with his children in Vietnamese, and he's appreciated the program, and thank you very much. And he encouraged all the parents here, your parents, grandparents, encourage your children to enroll in the program. Thank you very much.
Now is the most important person, Teacher Ying Weiner. Please come up to share with us your teaching miracles. After the presentation of Teacher Ying, we will have open discussion and exchanges with parents, students, and educators in the audience for about 20 minutes.
Sorry, in the program there's going to be 2 students from the class coming up here to talk about why they want to study Vietnamese and how they feel about the class so far. So I would like to invite Leon and Eric to come up here first.
My name is Eric True. And my name is Leon Nguyen. Well, the reason I took Vietnamese is because I never had a chance before to take a Vietnamese class. Because I wanted to learn proper Vietnamese at home because I felt like I wasn't speaking proper Vietnamese at home. And I wasn't using the correct nouns. And I wanted to read in Vietnamese and write just like all my friends does, because I'm kind of jealous. Yeah. I look up to my cousin Alex. He learned Vietnamese by himself, which was incredible. He had no one to teach him, because his parents were never at home with him. The most important thing about learning Vietnamese is be respectful to your teacher, first of all. And be polite with everyone. Well, I wanted to learn Vietnamese because I wanted to speak full sentences with my grandma at home, because I spoke broken Vietnamese at home, mixing English and Vietnamese. I'd be like trying to ask her for something in Vietnamese, and then I don't know the Vietnamese word, and I just say it in English. That's why I took the class, because I want to learn proper Vietnamese and learn a new vocab. Like this year, I actually learned how to count to 100 in Vietnamese. Before, I only knew how to count to 10. It's kind of embarrassing, but and I also learned how to call my brother in Vietnamese, like "and," yeah, and how to greet people, friends, new unknowns. random people. Passing it over to my friend Leon.
Kính thưa quý ông bà, cô bác và anh chị. Tối hôm nay cháu rất hãnh diện được lên đây để thưa chuyện với quý vị. Cháu tên Leon Nguyễn Bá Thiên, sinh năm 1999 tại Falls Church, Virginia. Ông nội và ông ngoại cháu là sĩ quan quân đội South Việt Nam trước năm 1975. Họ đã đem gia đình qua Mỹ theo diện Humanitarian Operation năm 1991. Khi cháu được 3 tuổi, bắt đầu tập nói, thì bà nội và mẹ cháu dạy cháu nói tiếng Việt Nam. Khi cháu đi học, cháu chỉ học tiếng Mỹ, nhưng ở nhà thì cháu chỉ nói tiếng Việt. Ông nội cháu dạy cháu đọc và viết tiếng Việt. Cháu rất thích lịch sử Việt Nam mà ông nội cháu dạy cho cháu. Cháu biết vua Hùng Vương, Hai Bà Trưng, Đức Trần Hưng Đạo, vua Lê Lợi và vua Quang Trung. Năm nay 2015, Fairfax County cho dạy tiếng Việt trong trường Falls Church High School. Cháu đã ghi tên xin học tiếng Việt. Nhờ cô giáo chỉ dạy, cháu biết tiếng Việt nhiều hơn. Cháu cảm ơn Fairfax County, Falls Church High School và các thầy cô. Cháu rất thích học môn lịch sử và ngoại giao. Cháu sẽ theo học các môn này khi cháu lên college. Cháu muốn qua làm việc ở Việt Nam để có thể giúp đỡ các bạn trẻ Việt Nam. Họ sẽ thay đổi nước Việt Nam tốt đẹp hơn. Cháu xin hết. Cháu rất cảm ơn quý vị đã nghe cháu nói chuyện. Kính chào tất cả quý vị.
Can you summarize that in English so you can translate? Yeah.
To translate that.
I don't know if I can fully translate this, but good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be able to speak tonight. My name is Leon Nguyen, and I was born in 1999 here in Falls Church, Virginia. Both my grandpas were part of the South Vietnamese Army before 1975. I mean, South.
Yeah, South. Yeah, you got it right.
They came over to America on this humanitarian operation. When I was 3, I began to talk. Right when I began to start speaking, my grandma and mom were already teaching me how to speak Vietnamese. When I went to school, I usually only spoke English, but when I was at home, I only spoke Viet. My grandpa taught me how to speak Vietnamese and read and write. I really enjoy Vietnamese history, so my grandpa taught me a lot of it. This year, 2015, Fairfax County let Falls Church High School teach Viet. When I heard about this, I signed up right away. Because of my teachers, my Vietnamese has improved by a lot. So I thank Fairfax County, Falls Church, and all my teachers. When I grow up and when I go to college, I want to pursue diplomacy. I want to go to Vietnam and help the youth and improve Vietnam's economy. Thank you for hearing me speak tonight.
Now is the most important person, Teacher Ying Weiner. Please come up to share with us your teaching miracles. After the presentation of Teacher Ying, we will have open discussion and exchanges with parents, students, and educators in the audience for about 20 minutes.
Chào mọi người. Good evening, everyone. Well, I actually never standing here. It's only been 1 month into the class, into teaching at the high school, and I already learned so much to my students. They inspire me every day, and they're actually my teachers, and they changed the way I taught before. My teaching background primarily came in from college teaching with the college students and also the expats who live in Vietnam. Many of my students, like director of the Procter & Gamble in Vietnam or the World Bank staff, they came to the class very motivated to learn and very demanding. Hey, teach me how to say money in Vietnam, how to say stop in Vietnam, how to say you're quiet in Vietnam. And now I come to this high school. The first day of class I still vividly remember. I stand in front of the doorway with each and every student coming to the classroom in Vietnamese. Chào em có khỏe không? It's just the first thing that they need to know. In Vietnamese, we are very polite. We start everything business conversation or making friends by asking how you doing first. And that's how you get the very first impression. And I also asked them this question. I didn't give out the syllabus or going over the rules because I don't want to bore them right away the first day. I asked every of them this question, just out of curiosity, not because I have to do it. Why did you sign up to take Vietnamese? And a lot of them give me a very surprising, ambitious answer, like Leon. He want to be a diplomat, he want to know many languages and go back to the homeland, serving over there. Some of them just simply say, oh, I want to talk to my grandpa because my grandpa doesn't speak any English at all. And I'm struggling to communicate with him. I don't know what he's talking to me. And some of them just look at me. My parents make me study and I hate this stupid class. I don't want to be here. I look at them and say, wow, calm down. It's just the first day. Maybe we can do something fun in the class so you won't be bored, you know? Give me a chance. Yes. And it's luckily the student now, 1 month later, he's still in my class. He didn't give up on me. So I promise I won't give up on them. I thank you for Fairfax County for organizing a lot of programs to improve the teaching style for the new teacher. And I got a lot of support from primarily 2 people that I want to really say cảm ơn. Christina O. He gave me a lot of materials. He gave me so many books. How to be better teacher, how to teach better. And also, Jen, could you stand up? Yeah, cảm ơn chị. Yes, she gave me the textbook because even though 1 month in the program we don't have the textbook yet, I still have to photocopy and grade my own version. And every single day I go to the assistant principal Jorge and give him a nudge. Hey, where's my textbook? The student needs the textbook. He probably really hate me right now. We use a textbook that we use in California at the high school there, and it's been proven a very useful resource. And they mention very rarely about how the politics communication between the South and the North Vietnam is. so you don't have to worry about your kids learning the language that's not supposed to be saying. And also I follow the standard learning that are provided for all the teacher of world language teaching in Virginia. We go over the family, the physical description, reading and introduction, and numbers, like any other language class. And one of the projects that I'm working on right now is to opening up a Vietnamese student club. And Eric, one of the students who just here, he told me he's gonna be running for president. It's very amazing. Thank you. That's my student over there in the back. The goal of the Vietnamese clubs is for them to spread the culture and the language throughout the classroom, the school, and the spirit. Not only inside the class, because we only have 2 classes, the period 4 and period 2, and I only have 2 classes. It's not enough. There's even Korean and Filipino students in the class. They know absolutely nothing. And a student who have already studied Vietnamese during summer school at the local church, they know how to count 1 to 100 already. And it touched my heart when those kids try to have the Korean and the Filipino students learn how to count from 1 to 100 and then introduce them the food. That's brother in the back in the Nike shirt right now. Yeah. He came to my class, he doesn't know anything, but now he knows how to say month and day. He can ask you for your birthday in Vietnamese also. That's very impressive. My only wish is to continue to instill the love of language learning in my students. I have the opportunity to study and live in 4 different countries in the world: Vietnam, America, Colombia, and Spain. And I got to travel to 15 different countries also, and I want to tell them how helpful it is just to know the language. You can easily make friends anywhere and ask for help. And it's a really good icebreaker if you say hi to somebody whom you just met in their native language. It touches their heart immediately. Thank you. That's all I want to say.
So one of the requests that teacher Ian Weiner has for the community is to help her to decorate the classroom. So we brought paintings and a couple of textbooks for history for your class, and we hope that you can show it to your student. It's a painting about Vietnamese traditional costumes, so perhaps we hope you can use that for the cultural lessons and the program and some picture about history. And then we also have Mrs. Lê Phóng Mộng Hoa who will present the class with some of the artifacts that she has.
Gánh một cái gánh hàng, gánh trái cây đi bán. Đây là cái hình ảnh quen thuộc ở Việt Nam đó. Anh nhóm từ thiện tình thương muốn tặng cho cô Yến để mà treo trong con cảm ơn bác.
Yeah, so it's a wooden artifact showing a woman carrying the things to the market. It's a very traditional Vietnamese, custom.
Tôi muốn thêm nữa là tại vì tôi dạy tiếng Việt là được 49 năm rồi. Thành ra sau này nếu cô Yến có cần cái gì thì cứ gọi cô Hoa. Tại tôi già nhưng mà có thể giúp được.
Mrs. Hoa has been teaching Vietnamese for 49 years, so she's ready to share all the experience she can with you, teacher Ian Weiner.
I just want to thank you very much. Because the beginning is hard, but you do it. We really appreciate your time and yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, come on.
Thiếu nữ Việt Nam thiệt là đẹp. Traditionally
So look at her. And I especially chose the yellow color. And here we have, also, yes. So you can look in here and see. She's wearing traditional jewel. See? Okay. Necklace. I'm very, very happy because I've been taught. I taught in Fairfax County for a long while. I taught with Mr. Bishop over there. And I also taught in Vietnam for many years. Taught teachers who teach also. So anyway, if you need any help, just call on me. My name is Hồi, Dr. Hồi.
Dạ, cảm ơn cô tiến sĩ Đào Thị Thời. Mr. Hoàng Vika from Vietnam and Mrs. Ngữ Đầu Tiên will present some of the decoration for the class. So we have a painting of the Vietnamese traditional costume. So the four regions of Vietnam, each region they have a specific type of costume, and this is the type of costume that they're wearing. And we have some students in the class who like to learn history, so we would like to present some textbooks that are both bilingual, Vietnamese and English, for the class. So Vietnam has a long history, and we document all the historical figure in a 6 textbook here. They are both bilingual, English and Vietnamese, and we hope that will be helpful for you. Thank you.
All the pictures in here are drawn by Victoon, and we have all, these are the bilingual, and we have all the timeline, both via the timeline and picture and for illustration and all the history in it. So I hope that this will be, if you need more textbooks, please let us know. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, teacher. So right now I think we are at the Q&A session. We have about 15 minutes, có 15 phút để cho quý vị có câu hỏi gì đối với chương trình Việt ngữ thì xin quý vị giơ tay để chúng tôi đem microphone tới.
Xin cảm ơn ban tổ chức. Kính chào quý vị người Hoa Kỳ. Xin lỗi tiếng Anh của tôi không có tốt, thành ra chúng tôi xin nói tiếng Việt. Kính thưa toàn thể quý vị, tôi là cư dân của Fairfax được gần 1/4 thế kỷ, và sắp tới đây chúng tôi sẽ có những đứa cháu đi học ở trường Việt ngữ này, chương trình Việt ngữ này. Hôm nay chúng tôi đến đây rất là vui mừng khi mà trường Fairfax High School có một chương trình tiếng Việt cho các em. Trường Falls Church có một chương trình tiếng Việt cho các em. Đó là cái ước vọng của chúng tôi từ lâu, và hôm nay mới là thành ra sự thật. Chúng tôi rất vui mừng để dự cái buổi lễ hôm nay. Nhưng mà chúng tôi có một cái ưu tư, có một cái niềm hy vọng ước mong, cũng như có một cái thắc mắc là trong cái vấn đề chương trình để giáo dục những con em chúng tôi, tiếng Việt ở đây nó dựa trên một cái giáo trình với những sách vở của một nền văn hóa đa nguyên, có đạo đức của người Việt của chúng ta từ trước tới giờ. Và quý vị đã biết, chúng ta đa số người Việt chúng tôi đến đây từ sau 1975, chúng tôi chạy trốn khỏi cộng sản qua đây, chúng tôi đem theo cái nền văn hóa qua đây, và hy vọng rằng chương trình tiếng Việt ở đây sẽ dạy với một nền giáo dục có nhân bản. Bên cạnh đó, chúng tôi hy vọng rằng sự giáo dục ở đây sẽ không dạy những cái giáo án của một nền giáo dục suy đồi của Việt Nam.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. So allow me to translate it quickly for the audience. So Mr. Sam has been a Fairfax County resident for a quarter century. He came over here shortly after 1975. He has grandchildren in the school system right now, and he is very happy and expresses appreciation for the establishing of the Vietnamese language program. He hopes that the program will carry on the traditional culture and the humane nature of the Vietnamese culture in the U.S. We hope to bring an element of the Vietnamese culture into the melting pot that we all appreciate and we love it over here. He expresses hope that the program will carry on there's a distinct difference between the Vietnamese language that his generation has to learn and treasure, and the current way of some of the expression that he doesn't like, doesn't approve, and he hopes that we are taking his feedback into account, and he appreciates the opportunity to speak at this event. Thank you. Cảm ơn.
Tiếp theo, chúng tôi cũng xin không biết những người Hoa Kỳ ở đây có hiểu rằng hiện tại chúng tôi có hai thứ tiếng Việt. Một thứ tiếng Việt trong sáng đến từ sau năm 1975 đến đây, và một tiếng Việt mù mờ và với một nền giáo dục suy đồi, dạy thầy không ra thầy mà trò không ra trò. Thì chúng tôi xin hy vọng rằng ở tại trường Falls Church này sẽ dạy cho con em chúng tôi với một cái nền văn hóa, cái nền giáo dục của những năm mà chúng tôi thấy là rất là tốt, và hy vọng rằng chúng tôi sẽ không thất vọng với cái chương trình dạy dỗ tiếng Việt ở trường Falls Church này. Và trước khi dứt lời, chúng tôi xin thành thật cảm ơn ban tổ chức cũng như tất cả những quý vị và ở trong chính quyền của quận Fairfax cũng như tất cả quý vị ở đây là cho chúng tôi có cơ hội nói lên những cái cảm tưởng mình. Chúng tôi xin chúc cho buổi lễ hôm nay được thành công, cũng như cái chương trình dạy tiếng Việt ở tại trường Falls Church này sẽ tiếp tục thành công và phát triển đến những cái nơi khác, và sẽ làm thỏa mãn cho tất cả những phụ huynh và học sinh của chúng tôi ở tại cái Fairfax này cũng như ở toàn nước Mỹ để học được cái nền văn hóa, nền giáo dục tốt đẹp, đa nguyên, có đạo đức của người Việt Nam. Xin hết.
Thank you, Mr. Sang. Again, he expresses gratitude on behalf of the Vietnamese Americans to the program, and he also emphasized again that there's a distinct difference between the language and the culture that his generation treasure, and the current way sometimes distort language and culture in the current environment of Vietnam. So he appreciates the feedback and everything that the program has taken into consideration to listen to the community, and he thank you for that.
Yes, I would like to answer his question to the parents that have that concern. I just would like to let you know that Miss O, she couldn't sleep because she doesn't know what textbook she's gonna teach. She reached out to me, and I searched. I went to Texas, I called California, I called schools that would teach Vietnamese, which school that already taught Vietnamese have been teaching. And I found a number of books. And the best book is Tiếng Việt Mến Yêu, have been taught 20 years in San Jose. And when I called her, I said, I got a book. And 2 books, level 1, level 2. And you know what? California, they send it to me free. Each book $100. And that book has been approved, teaching the vocab and whatever you will with your concern. So Cô Yến came to my home and took that book because they don't have the book yet. So Christina, I told Christina, you can sleep now. Yes. And then when I passed the book to her team to check,
Thưa quý vị, xin nói tiếng Việt cho anh Lâm, anh Sáng, là chị Trinh nói là đã tìm rất là nhiều textbook,
Nhưng mà thực sự ngay cái bàn của anh ngồi đó, Giao nè, cô Yến nè, cô Kim Oanh nè, giáo sư Bích, giáo sư Thời, giáo sư Phạm Văn Hải và một số người nữa, khoảng 10 người đến văn phòng của Christina 3 lần để làm việc và chọn trong những cái textbook. The textbook that Chương brought in was only one. We make the selection among 5 different ones. Thì có những cái textbook was better. Chị Lan Hương đã ở hồi đó và chị Lan Hương chọn một cái textbook khác. Nó more solid, more better. Nhưng mà mọi người không có chọn là vì nói là cái hình này là cái hình một trường học có chữ của Cộng sản. Thì turn it down. Thì cái selection process nó rất là khó. Và tiến sĩ Phạm Văn Hải không có mặt tại đây. Đáng lẽ tiến sĩ Phạm Văn Hải có mặt thì chúng tôi sẽ cảm ơn. Nhưng tiến sĩ Phạm Văn Hải và tất cả nhóm đã đi qua cuốn sách, mang cuốn sách về đọc, và những cái gì sai ông ta làm một cái editing revision, có một cái bản phụ bản sửa tất cả những gì sai ở đó, và Giao là người đánh máy viết chữ ra và đánh máy lại một bản dày, những cái gì sai và không đúng thì sửa lại. Thì cuối cùng đó là lúc đầu đó thì chính Việt Chun có nói là đề nghị là dùng cuốn sách nhỏ, và sau này Christina nói là cái point of studies của Fairfax is very special and we want to create our own book. So Việt Chun offered to next year, when if Ian has something to contribute the change or update, then Việt Chun will help to create một cái special Fairfax County textbook trademark of Fairfax County, thanks to Sandy and thì nó vẫn còn rất là nhiều điều làm. Nhưng mà khi mà chọn sách đó, thì chúng tôi có đi qua 3 điểm. Thứ nhất là cái quyển sách đó nó có những điều gì không đúng với lịch sử hay không, thì nó có nói đến những cái điều sai với lịch sử hay không, và nó có phản ánh những cái gì đương xảy ra ở Việt Nam, hay là phản ánh những điều đúng hay không, được chọn rất là kỹ. Thì xin quý vị an lòng, những cái gì anh Sáng lo thì đừng được làm rất là tốt. Và chính Christina O invited Dr. Amy Chan, mời tiến sĩ Chan soạn những cái chữ mà Việt Nam mình dùng khác với những chữ của Cộng sản, thì soạn hẳn một chữ mà trong những cái đó thì ở đây trường Thăng Long, Việt Thun và tiến sĩ Phạm Văn Hải, tiến sĩ Nguyễn Đào, không biết còn ở đây không? A whole team, we come together and we work with Christina O. And I need to say that we appreciate the opportunity. We thank Christina and Dr. Jones for the opportunity to allow us to come in and do the work. So, Dr. Nguyễn Lâm Kim Oanh, wherever she is, she flew from California, and we invited her. On that day, Christina gave us the choice of dates. The first date was the first day of the New Year of Vietnam. So we talked to each other and said, this is New Year, and our custom, we don't work on the New Year. But Christina said, this is the only day that you can come. So we came, and we did the work on the New Year. But the next time, Dr. Nguyễn Lâm Kim Oanh was on travel, and she said, I'm flying red-eyed in, so I will be there and work with you the whole day. So she came in, I had to bring coffee for her. Very strong Vietnamese coffee, em phải mang cà phê Pháp của mình á, với sữa đặc đến để chị ăn uống và chị sửa với lại Dr. Thời và bác giáo sư Bích và bác Yến và chị Lan Hương đã làm việc rất là kỹ. Thành ra cộng đồng nên an tâm. Hồi nãy cộng đồng nghe em này nói, tức là làm việc rất là kỹ.
Dạ thưa, sau lời chị Giao, cô Kim Oanh có nhắn với Trinh rằng cảm ơn chú đã hỏi một câu hỏi để có dịp mình trả lời. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to speak English. I hope the Vietnamese people don't mind. I would like to let you know that Ian, she is very devoted. She's concerned, she plans, she teach, she call, and she, for anh Quang phải không? Anh Sang, for anh Sang information. She wants to learn all the Vietnamese, that's the words are supposed to say. I gave her the words of before 1975 and after, so that she can compare. She's willing to make the Vietnamese language classes work. She's here with all the pressure, and she needs our support to help teach her class. So whatever we have, her strength, she needs it. And she is very devoted. Do you know that? She even will come to my home, will spend 3 hours for me to train her, because I train my teachers every year in my Vietnamese community language school every year. And she will willing to spend 3 hours for me to train so that she can deal with teenagers. And we have done that so many years. So I would like you not to worry, and she is here to make it work. And like Dr. Lam said, this is the beginning. Even though this is a long dream of our Vietnamese community for 40 years, it's a long dream that has come true.
Thank you.
But it is the beginning. It is the beginning. We need to be successful this year so that the student will enroll next year. So they have a club, Vietnamese club already developed, and she supports the student, and he run for presidency for that Vietnamese club. And that is where you can come and join, when you can bring the Vietnamese culture to the school. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for all. It's very nice meeting you again, and some of you I have worked with, and you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Jane. Dear Marilyn, so the next part we have is the entertainment. So we would like to introduce to you some of the traditional Vietnamese musical instruments and some fashion show and a folk dance. Xin kính mời quý vị lưu lại để cho thưởng thức chương trình văn nghệ qua những cái nhạc cụ cổ truyền của Việt Nam và những cái vũ điệu dân tộc trong trình diễn thời trang. Yes, one more question down here. Have the mic down there for Mrs.
Dạ, kính thưa quý vị, tôi xin hỏi một câu là các cháu nội cháu ngoại của tôi ngoài cái quận Falls Church này thì có xin học tiếng Việt ở trường Falls Church được hay không? Dạ, xin hỏi vậy để về còn nói với bạn bè biết, nói con biết nó dẫn con tới. Dạ, xin hết ạ.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Lady would like to know if besides Falls Church High School, we have an Vietnamese program at all the school yet, so we can tell her friends and to enroll her children.
No. It's wrong. Can they come to? Ngoài quận Fairfax có xin học ở đây không? Quận khác.
Dạ, nếu mà học sinh ở ngoài Fairfax.
Ở ngoài Falls Church High School.
Can students outside the Falls Church boundary enroll in the program here? So is that a yes?
Yes. The answer to that is yes. If you live in Fairfax County but want to pupil place your student here, you can apply to pupil place it, and Dr. Zuluaga is the one to talk with about that. But yes, so there's a deadline for doing that. It's in the spring. I think it's usually about April 15th. So if you have students who would like to enroll in Falls Church High School and pupil place them there, there's a form to fill out and to submit to Dr. Zuluaga to get permission for that.
Yeah, thank you, Sandy. So, thưa cô, cái đó là họ trả lời là có nhận được, nhưng mà cái đó là cô phải apply vào cái mùa xuân, tức là ngày April 15 là ngày 15 tháng 4 thì sẽ có một trên cái Fairfax County nó có một cái form, thì cái form đó sẽ nộp vô trong hai ông ngồi đây, ông Jay Pearson. Yes. And then khi mà cái form nó approve thì cô sẽ được có thể gọi con đi học.
As you introduced earlier today, I am on a large number on the Fairfax County School Board. I was very happy to support, bringing Vietnamese to Fairfax County Public School System instead of Falls Church High School. And let me give you an example of Korean language program in Fairfax, which started back in 1999. Now it is a Fairfax Academy. It's an academic course, and Falls Church High School has academic courses. At Fairfax High School for Korean language program, you draw students from all the high schools. We provide the transportation to bring in students to take Korean language class at Fairfax High School. So if Falls Church High School itself alone does not have enough students going forward to support the program, we can certainly explore other high schools, students being given the same opportunity course as an academic course. That's certainly we can consider that.
Thank you, sir. Cái câu hỏi của ông là như vậy, cô, tức là nếu mà cô có con cháu mà muốn học cái chương trình tiếng Việt thì mình có thể enroll, và nếu mình làm vậy thì sẽ có xe bus nó chở từ cái trường mà các cháu đi học tới trường Falls Church để mà lấy cái lớp tiếng Việt ở đây. Nhưng mà cái đó là phải enroll in advance. The next part, the final part of our evening program is entertainment part. The first performance that we're going to have here is a Vietnamese traditional instrument. It's called a gao, lute. So it's made, like it's kind of a favorite instrument by poor peasants long time ago. Thank you, Trình Việt Ngữ, for the exquisite performance. Thank you very much. The song that was performed, it was Ngồi Tựa Mạn Thuyền, and they also performed at a lot of the cultural show. Sau tiết mục kế tiếp là tiết mục fashion show của trường Việt Ngữ St. Michael. Và kính thưa quý vị, trường St. Michael là một cái trường dạy Việt ngữ ngày Chủ nhật cũng rất là lâu năm ở trong vùng và đã tham gia rất là nhiều cái chương trình văn hóa và văn nghệ đối với cộng đồng chúng ta trong vùng. Xin quý vị đón chào nhóm fashion show của St. Michael Elementary School.
Trong đôi mắt buồn, mặt trời và nụ cười vừa xuống đây, mà câu chuyện đôi mình sao vẫn say. Về đâu cô em Little Sài Gòn, có những câu đơn sao hôm nay vẫn buồn. Nhịp nhạc rộn ràng một ngày phố vui, với khúc hát tình yêu thắm tươi. Này Little Sài Gòn, cô em dấu yêu, nơi Little Sài Gòn hẹn ngày nào ta có đôi. Này Little Sài Gòn, nơi đây có anh, thương Little Sài Gòn, nhớ Little Sài Gòn. Trên Little Sài Gòn, có nước mắt tươi những phút giây chia phôi. Hai người tình một ngày chúng ta gặp nhau và không còn chi cách xa. Này Little Sài Gòn, cô em dấu yêu, như Little Sài Gòn hẹn ngày mai ta có đôi. Này Little Sài Gòn, hôm nay có anh, như Little Sài Gòn, như Little Sài Gòn. Come on, let's go. đôi mắt buồn. Mặt trời và nụ cười vừa xuống đây, không chỉ tôi nhưng sao vẫn say. Vì đâu cô em Little Sài Gòn, có những nỗi đau sao hôm nay vẫn mơ hồ. Nhạc rộn ràng một ngày phố vui, với khúc hát tình yêu thắm tươi. Này Little Sài Gòn, cô em dấu yêu. Nơi Little Sài Gòn, em ngày nào ta có đôi. Này Little Sài Gòn, nơi đây có anh. Little Sài Gòn.
Thank you, performer. Could you stay on stage for 1 minute? I would like to introduce to the audience different type of attire. The clothing that they wear represent different area of Vietnam. You have, the little girls in the 4 pieces. Those are typical Northern Vietnamese dress. Could you step up? Yes, thank you. And then we go to the middle, the central part of Vietnam. We have áo dài. Can you step up with áo dài? Oh, this also Northern Vietnamese step. Step over here. Yes, that's the Northern style. The men in the blue dress, they are typical like intellectual type of people who wear that blue dress that indicate that they go to school, they study hard, and they hope to attain some education and become like working in the court of the king, things like that. We also have the áo dài, which is the Vietnamese traditional long dress that you can see that the girls wearing the yellow one. You may be able to see and recognize that in the audience here as well. That's very, very, very traditional and very popular for the Vietnamese. We also have 2 little girls. Can you step on, please? This is the traditional mountainous, okay, or like Highlander style. People in the high region, when they go to work on the day work, they carry their stuff behind. They have kind of a backpack, made out of bamboos behind. And then we have áo bà bá. So, con, could you step up? Khăn rằn and áo bà bá. Yes, these are the very traditional Southern style. So boys and girls, when they work in the fields, they carry khăn rằn. Those are the Southern style. And then we have the big gentleman over here with a very traditional Mandarin style. That's what we do. Our grandpa usually wear that style on the New Year's Day, and we walk around the house like that. He's exactly like that. We have a little boy, very cute, in a very ceremonial costume here. So it looks like almost like a prince who stepped out of the royal court. That's very cute. Can you step up, please? Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. And last but not least, we have the two. We call it kings, first women kings of Vietnam. They date back to year 43 AD, and these were the 2 sisters who rose up and fought against the Chinese invasion of Vietnam at the time. So we consider them our women heroine. They are very famous in Vietnamese history. You can ask anybody about the 2 sisters, the 2 Trung sisters, they will rave you about that. So that's the Hai Bà Trưng, or the 2 Trung sisters. They're the first women kings of Vietnam. So thank you, performers. Appreciate it. Two girls in the blue dress here, they are áo dài, so traditional. Come to step up. Yes. Okay, so we have a pink one and then blue one. So you can see that on the Vietnamese New Year's Day, you can see little girls dressed like that. Even here in Fairfax County, we go to the county fair, we have a New Year. You can recognize immediately the little Vietnamese girls with the pink áo dài or the blue áo dài like this. Yep. So you turn around and show them. So the áo dài, you have this, like this, So we have like 2 parts, the front part and the back part, and very, very. You can see it in the audience as well. So our ladies, our women, they love this dress. All right, come, so stand up. So everyone take a picture, and thank you very much for your performance. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you, God. You can start. Yep, and the next one and the final performance of tonight is a dance performance by VYEA. So VYEA, chị Trương Nhất Anh and chị Trinh là một trường dạy tiếng Việt mùa hè đã hoạt động trên TV.
Hãy
long dress, the traditional long dress, the áo dài. You may recognize the conical hat, which is another very common attire of women in Vietnam, dated very long time ago. So they go to school, they go to market, they go to work, they usually wear that. And if you see somebody with áo dài and a conical hat, you can be 100% sure that is a Vietnamese lady. So thank you very much. And the performers are from Vietnamese language school, Thăng Long, BYE, and St. Michael. Thank you, dancers. So dear Valley guests, that's conclude the program that we have tonight. We very, we appreciate, your presence here tonight. We'd like to thank you very much for your presence. Wish you, good the rest of the evening. And cảm ơn quý vị. Yes, if we would like to have a group picture here. So anybody please come up here for a group picture. Thank you.
No, I was going to say Jared. No way. Jared called me now. I miss you, buddy.
Vô liền. Sang nữa, sang. Thôi đừng kêu nữa.